Hi everybody, I am Calypso Vibes. We are here doing WrestleMania 39 Tarot on Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. I know a lot of people are excited about this match, and I'm just giving like my perspective and spoiler because I've already pulled a few cards last night or like throughout the week on this event, and I really don't think the ladies are main eventing, and I hate to be the one to spoil that, but I think honestly that the Usos and Sami Zayn are are headlining night one. So we're gonna take a look to see if that's changed. Because as you guys know, nothing's set in stone. This is all for entertainment purposes. I repeat, this is all for entertainment purposes of us pulling tarot on WrestleMania night one. I am here with Jude. See, decisions are still being made. That is the first card that we pulled. So I want you guys to see it. The decisions card came up first. And yeah, they still haven't had anything set in stone. Decisions are still being, made, maybe even on who's going over. The finish might not be decided. I think they know who's main eventing night one. I truly do. And like I said, I don't think it's Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. If it is, then, great. I have no opinion either way. I'm going to enjoy WrestleMania regardless, but I would love to see the Usos in the main event because I feel like they have earned it. We also got a disharmony, triggers, and conflict. So yeah, there's conflict about the Rhea Ripley Charlotte match. I don't think Charlotte's happy this WrestleMania. The energy I'm feeling while pulling this tarot is someone's not happy. I'll just say that. Someone's not happy with the decisions that are being made. There's disharmony and conflict. I don't know if you guys can see that. I see there's quite a bit of glare from the light, but hopefully you guys can see it. It's triggers, disharmony, conflict with the decisions card. So yeah, it's the feelings that I'm feeling. Yeah, someone's not happy, and it sucks because it's such a big moment for Rhea, you know what I mean, and Charlotte. I don't know who I think is winning yet, so that's why we're here pulling these cards, because again, I'm, want to see if I can get a read on a spoiler again for entertainment purposes. So it's all allegedly. This is all alleged for fun. Memories, nostalgia. So yeah, someone's reminiscing about maybe how far they've come in the industry and all the things that they've done and to get where they are. So maybe that's a sign of Rhea possibly going over. But yeah, there's nostalgia, there's memories. I think that could be for either one of them, to be honest, because they both have had such a really decorated career. Like Charlotte's a 14-time champion. Like, she looks like she's going to be set to break Ric Flair's record, maybe. We'll see. But Rhea's come a long way. I'm a big fan of Rhea Ripley, just as a side note. And I'm a big fan of Charlotte. Like, I respect her body of work. I don't think she gets enough respect and credit for how good she is in the ring. She's not Ric Flair's daughter. She's Charlotte Flair. And I think she's earned her own legacy. Projections and reflections. Ooh. I don't know if they're being nice to each other. How about that? They might not be being kind to each other backstage. Here's the reflections and the projections. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, we got decisions, disharmony and triggers. We got memories and nostalgia. We got reflection and projection. Oof. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if they're being nice to each other in the back. Kind of like, oh, you think you're on my level. Oh, you think you think you're good enough to beat me. I think Charlotte probably sees a lot of herself in Rhea, to be honest. That's what the reflection might possibly be. That's why there's nostalgia and reflection. I think Charlotte truly may see like a lot of the ambition Rhea has and a lot of the drive and the wanting to be the best. Like they've all been in. The four horsewomen have carved out their own, legacies each. And, Rhea's the next gen to some degree. So, maybe Charlotte sees Rhea, and maybe she doesn't even think Rhea paid enough dues yet. Who knows? But there's disharmony and conflict. I don't like that for them. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're upset they're not headlining. You know what I'm saying? So this deck is actually gone stiff on me. It's gone a little cold. So maybe we've gotten all we are. Nope. Here we go. Thoughts isolating. Memories. Oh, man. So there we go. Someone's in their head a lot. Like there's a lot of, mental reflecting. I hope you guys can see the thoughts and the isolating. So we got thoughts, isolating, reflection, projections, memories, nostalgia, disharmony, triggers, conflict, indecision so far. Yeah, someone's definitely in their head. Like a lot of in their head and not happy. As I stated, like, I'm definitely an empath and I tend to feel a lot of the energy when I'm doing readings. And it's just not fun. And they should be having fun at WrestleMania. They're both young. They should be having a blast. They're in LA. They're in Los Angeles, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? I think Charlotte's 36 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure Rhea Ripley's age, unfortunately. Maybe Jude can get me that info on how old Rhea is. Or something like that. But they're not old. You know what I'm saying? And they're in Los Angeles, for goodness sake. They should be having an absolute blast, having a good time. So yeah, y'all, I think that's all I'm getting out of this deck. So that's the start. It's the Yin Yang Oracle that I'm using, by the way, for my starter deck. Jude, what do you think? What do you see?
Well, to answer your question, first of all, Charlotte is about to be 37, just after WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
And Rhea is 26. So, yeah, there's a 10-year age gap between those two. In wrestling terms, that's absolutely next gen. As far as what these are pointing at, I mean, when you talk about reflecting and nostalgia, with Charlotte, it can mean so much because, I mean, I think we know from any documentary footage that Charlotte is very much in her own head with self-doubt, not just about the Rick's legacy, but related to her brother Reed. Rhea's been on the big stage with Charlotte before and took the L.
She's taken 2 L's
she's
to
taken
her.
2 L's to Charlotte. But only one of them at Mania, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So, I mean, she's now facing that kind of final hurdle to get over. I'm sure they've both got a lot on their minds.
I think a lot rides on both of them winning and losing, whether people acknowledge it or not. People say, oh, Charlotte's a 14-time champ, she can afford to lose. Sure, and add to the 16, to tie with her dad. I think there's also pride into it. I saw an interview, I just was looking up a clipping that she says she wants to make the SmackDown title mean something. That she wants it to be bigger than it is and to be taken more serious. So to me, there is also some of Charlotte wanting to hold on to that belt. She wants a long title reign. She wants a lengthy title reign. I think a lot of people have looked at Roman, which is why I think the reflection, right? The looking in the mirror. I think Roman has now set a standard, unfortunately, that everybody wants. And it's not going to be obtainable for everyone. But I think everyone now wants a long title reign.
That's fair for Charlotte to want that. I don't know that this particular reign is the one to look for that for, because she literally came back after a long hiatus for her honeymoon and taking some time away for herself.
Excuse me.
Walked in the building and snatched the belt.
Right.
I don't know that that's one where you look at it as becoming
Go ahead.
I don't know if that's one where you look at it as being set up for a long title reign. What I think would be great for Charlotte for a long title reign is for her to actually have some sort of a character or story around her other than I'm the queen. It's got to be a little bit under Charlotte's skin that Rhea is so over with this, this Judgment Day character where, she has this really striking look, this really awesome, China 3.0 presence in the ring. And whenever people might think of Dominic Mysterio, she's at least got a storyline. And Charlotte's storyline is always kind of, I'm the queen, I'm the best. Not always that interesting to get over on.
Oof. Yeah, I understand. 69, please, there. You guys, I pulled for the first card I pulled. Okay, so we're using What's the T deck, because I know a lot of people care about tarot decks. So we're using What's the T deck. The first card that came out of the T deck was Ignoring. So that's why I said I think there's tension amongst them. And I feel like this is just confirmation of, or maybe they're, getting in their head, getting ready for the match, getting in their mind, preparing for this very big match. So, think from that, and again, this is, our wrestling, T Tarot channel. So don't be surprised if, you'll get some, a mixture of WrestleMania, because a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to be wondering after WrestleMania what kind of tarot we'll be doing. It'll just always be wrestling tarot. This is, a strictly wrestling channel. So be prepared for possibly, like, the wrestlers that have passed, those who are alive. Like, you'll see a variety of wrestling tarot, but incarcerated. So not only have I pulled Ignoring, I've also pulled Incarcerating, and it is saying Locked Up, About to Be, Always In and Out. So yeah, I really, like I said, I think Charlotte is probably, this is definitely Charlotte's cards, because Charlotte is like so hard on herself. If you guys haven't seen her A&E biography recently about her, she is super critical. Like, to the point I actually think it's I think she's a little over serial about herself, you know what I mean? About beating herself up, you know what I'm saying? Like, she still doesn't even think she's good enough, which is crazy. Like, she's definitely one of the best females of wrestling, period. And I think she's earned the respect. I know a lot of people don't like Charlotte, and that's fine. A lot of people feel like she was handed everything to her, and maybe she was. But I think she's more than risen to the occasion of showing that, it's put a chip on her shoulder, and it's made her work harder. And I hope she knows she's worthy of the spotlight she gets, because I think she is. I've gotten the Waiting card, as you guys can see. Waiting. So they're just waiting. That's why I think there's that Incarcerated card. Like, isolating themselves, getting themselves mentally prepared for night one, because if you ask me, I think Charlotte and Rhea are absolutely going to try to steal the show. That's why we see the Decisions card from the other deck. I think they're deciding how to put this match together, but I also don't think they're that happy about it. Interesting, I pulled the Child Neglect card, which is bad parenting, scared, hates parent, etc. I wonder if this is Charlotte with Rick, right? Like, first of all, I think if Charlotte and Rhea aren't headlining this event, I don't know if you guys follow Ric Flair's podcast, but he has been adamant about wanting to see Charlotte headline, right? That he thinks Charlotte and Rhea should headline. And I'm kind of like, what would he do? What would he do if his daughter didn't, headline? You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Rick is always the best person, in the back. We all know Ric Flair stays in the news and is scandalous as all hell. So, yeah, I think that could possibly be Ric Flair. I don't think Ric Flair knows boundaries well. Let's put that way. Also, especially when it comes to her career. Um, and I think it comes from a good place, but I think he doesn't understand her inner child. You know what I mean? I think Charlotte suffers with a lot of inner child guilt, right? With Reed. So here's the thing, like a lot of people are probably like, well, this isn't really about the match. Here's the thing, like when you're doing a reading about people, you're gonna pull up their energy. And like my tarot is always like that, even for personal tarot, when I do personal tarot readings. Like it is inevitable to actually get an insight on the person's personality, the person's emotional energy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I am an empath, so I absolutely will pull things that they're feeling. And I don't think Charlotte she doesn't always feel supported emotionally. So, you know what I mean? Or that could be Rhea. We don't always hear about Rhea's parents. It's interesting enough, when Rhea does interviews, she never talks about her family. So maybe that's Rhea. Maybe Rhea has family or childhood internal issues. This is, again, entertainment purposes. This is all allegedly. Remember, like, I don't want anybody going to share this on the internet and be like, oh, Rhea Ripley got childhood issues. Like, I don't know this, but this is just the energy I'm reading. Also, it's interesting. Look at that. I pulled the stalker card. As you guys know, Rhea recently got stalked at the airport. So maybe she might want to get some protection. like, what's her name? Jude, what's her name? That
Sonya.
Like Sonya Deville, because I literally pulled the stalker watching obsessed. So I definitely think these ladies need to be safe while in LA. Definitely. You know, some real stalker energy around them, lonely. See, look at this. There's a lot of lonely energy in this. I hate this for them. Like, look at this. Lonely, child neglect, waiting, stalker, incarcerated. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't think I actually showed you the lonely card, but there's a lot of self-isolating, really focused, really in the mind, heavy in the mind. As you guys can see this card, we're on YouTube, you guys, so I'm trying not to curse. But same blank, different day. You know the saying. So, yeah. I think Charlotte's like, whatever at this point. It is what it is. I'm going to go out there and do what I do regardless. Ain't no one going to stop me. I'm going to steal the show. Someone's not sleeping. Someone's not sleeping. And then I got a once you back card. And then no facts. Never has the facts. Makes it up. So, this is interesting. The facts, no facts. That card is always so weird to me. Ooh, money's involved. I always pull that jackpot card when it comes to them. You guys, these cards are jumping all over the place. Hold on. There's ego involved. Happiness, hater. Oof. And boss daddy. Wow. Yeah. So when I did this reading privately, boss daddy is Vinny. So, like, boss daddy has absolutely been established as, Vince McMahon for me. Give me a second, you guys. Cards are dropping. Bad reputation. Oof. Prickly. And jackpot and nightmares. Oof. Yeah, buddy, and egos involved. I am so not shocked by this. And once you back, this one's a little bit interesting about once you back. I don't know what this once you back can be in reference to. Maybe with the situation card, we'll get a little bit more clarity. But I got the once you back card. That's the only one I think I'm a little confused on right now. But, hence why we will pull more cards and probably get some clarity. Hurt ego, getting in the way of the relationship. So, yeah. They are not... As I've stated, they will say they're in a good space. I think there's a little bit of some egos. The isolating, the triggers, the disharmony, the conflict, just to go back. I don't think it's smooth sailing back there. Boss daddy is Vinny. I think Vinny is having to, if they are not main eventing, as I'm predicting, that's entertainment purposes, Vinny is involved in this situation. Because there's going to have to be concessions made. Because I'm sure they were promised the main event. And then you have the jackpot. So, yeah. I absolutely think Vinny is making concessions to the ladies. To Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. So, There's also happiness haters. So yeah, someone's really not happy with whatever decisions that's being made. 'Cause we pulled the decisions card. Whatever decisions Vince McMahon is making, someone's not happy about it. Nightmares, not sleeping. You know, they're anxious. They're both anxious. Let's be real. They're both probably not sleeping well. Bad reputation, prickly. So someone's considered prickly backstage. I don't know who that is. I don't want to assume everything's always Charlotte, though. It could be Rhea. We think Rhea's loved. Oh, Rhea. But I think after the statement Rhea made, I think she rubbed a lot of wrestlers the wrong way about how she felt about fans and signing autographs and things like that. So I don't know if Rhea really has the best relationship in the back, in the locker room. Some people might call her soft or whatever, and that's not me. That's just things I've read online, that a lot of the elder wrestlers think that Rhea's soft, and if she feels like, that the position that she's in, she doesn't like the attention, then why is she a wrestler? And she definitely wouldn't make a good champ if she doesn't like the attention. That's people are allowed their opinion, and then there's facts, no facts. So maybe I'll get a little bit more clarity on this also when I pull the next deck, the situations. So this is like the foundation decks, you guys. This is the T and the yin and yang, and this is kind of like giving me an idea, the foundation before I paint a picture, you know what I mean? Take you guys on a Sophia Sicily journey, you know what I mean? But this is the base of what I'm pulling. What do you think, Jude?
Well, I gotta tell you, I think it's worth noting that there's, in addition to the possibility that this is not the main event, despite featuring the Royal Rumble winner,
Right.
that they're taking a backseat to the Usos and Sammy and KO, but that the other women's match on this night probably has more buzz around it
Absolutely.
than this one.
I didn't even think of that, yeah.
So, as far as wants you back, I think Charlotte wants the spotlight back. Since Becky Two Belts emerged
Right.
at WrestleMania 35, Charlotte is no longer the queen bee of that division.
Maybe that's what the hurt ego is. Again, that's why I said I don't want to always assume that it's about them. That it's a lot of just
there's a lot of moving parts, and as many times as we've seen amongst ourselves Vince McMahon as the boss daddy, Charlotte has the ultimate boss daddy of her own.
Yes, Ric Flair.
So, yeah, that can mean Vinny, and obviously we expect Vinny's hand to be everywhere.
Well, that's the only reason why I think boss daddy is Vinny, because I saw a jackpot. The jackpot card immediately popped after Vince McMahon, which made me think he's making concessions to the ladies.
Also, the Nightmare card. Nightmare has been one of Rhea's...
Oh my God, that's right. Thanks for that. Here there, you guys. That's right. The Nightmare.
So, yeah, we could have two Nightmare champs coming out of this WrestleMania. The American Nightmare and the Australian Nightmare.
Absolutely. I also don't think they're sleeping, though. There's a lot of nerves. So there's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of, because it also can mean both. It can have definitely a double meaning. But no, I definitely think you make great points, and I always appreciate the outside perspective of seeing things from a different point of view. As you guys, again, that's my partner Jude, who you will see on the channel taking over doing readings when I'm not. So definitely you're gonna get two different energies, you know what I mean? You're gonna get that feminine and masculine energy in the tarots with us, you know what I mean? So again, I'm Calypso Vibes, in case you guys or did miss that first part. I am Calypso Vibes. I am all over social media. I used to be a streamer and content creator. I took a nice break because I opened my business. And my business took off, and I took a break, and I walked away from making content. But I am at Calypso Vibes on plenty of social media if you guys want to give me a follow. We need to get Jude set up on social media, but he likes being in the background, and that's all good. You know how you fellas like to be, you guys like to be more in the back observing everything. Okay, give me a second, you guys. I'm trying to get a feel of the energy and let the cards know that this reading is for Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Somebody might actually have a nickname for her called Rhea Ripley. Like, she might get called that in the back. So let's see what the situation's gonna play out with them at WrestleMania Night 1. Are the ladies main eventing? That's what everybody wants to know. Are they main eventing or aren't they? And what's happening between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte? Who's winning the match? What is happening with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair in the back? Oof, triggers again. Oof. Alright, so let's start with what's fallen first before I pull some more, because the cards are very talkative, so I probably will pull a little bit more cards just to see. But let's start with what's falling. This deck is super talkative now because we've pulled from the other decks. And let's see if we could paint a picture for you guys on what we think is going to play out. Anxiety. See, I told you, I don't think anybody's sleeping. Anxiety, scared, panic. There's a lot of anxiety in the back. They are nervous. It still doesn't tell who's main eventing. Denial, not facing truth, irrational reasoning. Oof, yeah. As I said, there's a lot of triggers, a lot of disharmony in the back. People aren't happy with, I guess, what's playing out. And again, as Jude pointed out, it could be Charlotte just not happy with how she's being treated this WrestleMania. Yeah, in denial that, it's time to pass the torch a little bit. You know what I mean? She's like, oh no, I'm in my prime. What torch is there to pass? I'm still here. And I think she actually made like a little shady comment a little bit towards Trish Stratus and Lita, like, oh, well, they're back. You know what I mean? So like, they're older. Age is nothing. If they can come back, then I'm definitely in my prime and peak. Triggers, as you guys know, it's just reconfirmation. I feel like whenever I pull cards in repetition, it's just a confirmation on the energy. So I definitely pulled triggers, name, card, place. That's an interesting card though for triggers. Yeah, let's see if we get a little bit more clarity. Racing, running, avoiding. Oof. Yeah, buddy. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't show y'all that. There's the racing and avoiding, and there's the triggers card. By the way, this is a situations deck, in case anybody's wondering. Situations deck. We got triggers, denial, anxiety, single, current status, available. So I don't know if that necessarily means relationship wise. Someone could be isolating. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, one of them in particular is very much self-isolating, avoiding, because they're triggered. Like, there's a lot of denial. Yeah, toxic, unhealthy behavior, people, yeah, poison. With the bad behavior and prickly, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Yeah. Someone is really not considered a good person in the back. Access granted, social media, fake profile hiding. So, yeah, this isn't really painting an idea of who's winning. Access granted, social media. Hopefully you guys saw that card. Fake hiding, and then I got interlude, pause, timing factor. So yeah, timing factor. I don't think they're main eventing. I think interlude says a lot. I don't think they're main eventing, you guys. I don't. I was asking the cards, are they main eventing? And you got interlude, and you got access granted, and then you got poison, triggers, currently, I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah, that cough. I don't think they're main eventing. Well, let's get a little bit more clarity. Again, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes. This is all entertainment purposes, allegedly. It's just for fun, you guys. Things are always subjective to change. Remember that. Things can change on the whim because that's how the WWE works. Remember, Undertaker lost his streak and didn't find out till like the morning he pulled up in the building when Vinny, because he said he was supposed to go over that day, and then found out in the very last couple minutes that Brock was winning. Anything's possible. Oop, let's see what popped out. Ascension, yeah. Spiritual awakening. I think that's Rhea. If you want my personal opinion. I think Rhea's going over. Goodness gracious, you guys. Whenever I'm like burping and gassy, it's always confirmation. I think Rhea Ripley wins against Charlotte. Again, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes. I just don't think Charlotte's happy though. Magnetic, unexplainable, can't resist. Yeah. I just think this means exactly what I said. She has a lot of momentum on her side. What Jude even pointed out, like Rhea has a storyline. The crowd is behind her. You know what I mean? Like, people love Rhea. She has a great magnetic energy to her. I could be wrong. Again, things are subject to change. They can even change up until tomorrow, you guys. Like, the Fed doesn't like when people are on to things, and they definitely want people to be surprised. But I think a lot of belts tomorrow are going to change hands. Recalling, yep. I got reminiscing again. Reminiscing memories. Yeah. I think Charlotte is reminiscing about a lot about the past and her journey, and so is Rhea. So I think they're isolating, they're reminiscing, there's a lot of self-reflection going on. And recalling things. I think this is pretty much to the point. I got escapade, vacation, hideaway, adventure. Oof. Trash being. Ooh. This card it's throwing out. Ooh. TikTok. So yeah. I pulled the decisions card. They might not know. So this is all a prediction, allegedly, entertainment purposes. TikTok, deadline time running out. I think last minute decisions are being made. Trash discarding, throwing out. I think Charlotte doesn't feel valued like she should be. I also got escapade, vacation, hideaway, adventure. This is an interesting card that comes through. Like, she just came back from a vacation, as we know. And getting married and, all of that. So, maybe she's possibly thinking about going away again. I really don't think Charlotte is happy. The energy that reads from this cards, you guys, like, I don't always pull everything, but I do go on what I feel. And I can tell you now, as the champ this doesn't feel as confident, I feel like, as she should feel. I don't feel like this is fun. These cards have been really heavy. It hasn't been a good adventure in the sense of these cards. It's really like, gassy energy of like, I guess I'll do what I need to do. What do you think, Jude?
Well, I'm over here trying to do a little research, and I'm not finding an answer, but Charlotte's contract has to expire at some point. Like, when you're looking at the TikTok time is running out, and the idea of going away, she said recently that, she'd like to see herself and Andrade working in the same place at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, do I think it's likely that she would leave WWE? I don't think it's unlikely. I mean, if Andrade left, Rick left, breaking Rick's 16 titles record be damned, if she's really feeling that kind of way, and whatever she's searching for in terms of fulfillment for both her and Andrade, yeah, it's a possibility that she might not, she might not have another chance to headline a WrestleMania.
Maybe that's what she feels like. It's now or never. Like, the clock is running on her. And we all know how wrestling kind of regards women as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people say, well, but Trish and Lita are back. Yes,
With Becky.
with Becky, though.
And you see that
This is more of Becky's bucket list being fulfilled. Just like KO and Austin was a bucket list for KO. You know what I mean? So, and Trish and Lita do draw money. So it isn't like they're bringing back people who don't bring money in. Trish and Lita are loved.
sure, and Charlotte even fought Trish. Like, so Charlotte has been involved in that, but you know the four horsewomen are down to, you know, I mean, Becky's still a star. Charlotte doesn't get the kind of attention she used to. Bayley's playing this sort of mentor role, and Mercedes has left to find a different star. And like CM Punk said, that's got to be inspirational to people who are feeling some kind of way about their position in the company.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So a lot of cards have decided to jump out, you guys. This is the final deck. As a heads up, I am using the Beauty Tarot for anybody wondering about the decks. Quite a few came out, and it is a interesting lineup that has decided to rear its head, and I really think I might have the answers of like a confirmation on what I think. As I have stated, I think Rhea Ripley wins. I don't think Charlotte is happy in the back. I think Charlotte feels a little betrayed by the company. I think Vinny is in the back making concessions, trying to make nice with everything, and yeah, I think we're going to see a new era, a new champion. Again, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes, and I don't think the ladies are headlining. So, I just don't feel good energy of like, yeah, we're going to headline, you know. If it changes, it's for legal reasons. Like, you know, almost to the point that it possibly could be Charlotte threatening to leave the company when her contract's up. I think if the ladies do end up in that position, I don't think it's organically like that they're chosen. Because let's be honest, Charlotte doesn't draw. I don't think Charlotte personally draws money like that. The bloodline is the hottest thing in the business currently, and we know this. And yeah, when you're on fire like that, Vinny cares about money. Let's be honest. If Vince is back to sell the company, he wants the main event to be exciting. He wants the fans fully engaged. And let's be honest, the Rhea Ripley Charlotte buildup has been really flat. And I have to admit, I don't think Rhea is as good on the mic as she should be. But I think that will change and it'll get better. And I think she needs repetition. I think she needs to continue to talk. She doesn't talk enough. But I think she even could benefit from acting classes. And honestly, they're in Hollywood. Hopefully she can get herself a manager or agent and get in some acting classes. Because whether people know it or not, Becky, Roman, all of them have taken acting classes. Cena, all of them. So there's great benefit to taking acting classes to get more comfortable in talking in front of people and on the mic. But it's very big shoes. And the fact that, you know, whoever wins this match is going to be the flag bearer, you know, the face of SmackDown. That's a big deal. So it's a big jump. And also they pay. They make more money. Whoever wins, you know, people don't know that, but like you can even look this up. Like they make money on the pay-per-views. They make money on who walks out champion. So this is a big deal for Rhea Ripley if she walks out winning across the board, right? And for Charlotte, I think it's a step back. Like people say, oh, but she's got the 16th time. It doesn't matter. Like legacy is important. And I think for Charlotte's legacy, her losing here, it like people say, oh, she'll be all right. I don't think so. I think Charlotte actually needs to win this. And I'm not saying this because I want her to win. Like I said, I have no I like both. I love both, and I think both are great for the women's division. But I think Charlotte needs to win so she can really. She's still. I think that she's still not taking as serious as she should be, and I do think she does need a legitimate title reign. And I know a lot of y'all are going to be upset with these that no, Rhea needs a win. I do think Rhea needs a win too. That's what I'm saying. I really think they've booked themselves in a situation where this outcome is not going to do anyone any good either way. That's really how I feel. That whoever wins, this will be great for whoever wins, but whoever loses, it's just not going to be good for either person. I pulled 10 of Wands, which is burden, responsibility, martyr, hard work, stress, burning out, one final push, keep going. So I told Jude that I thought Rhea Ripley has been burning the candle both ways, and I've done readings on Rhea. I think Rhea's been busting her behind. I think she's excited for whatever is gonna happen, but I think she's hurt. I don't think she's 100% going into this match. Let's just hope she doesn't get injured. You know what I mean? Because I really do think Rhea's a little beat up in this. And then I got 4 of Pentacles, holding on to something, stingy, possessive, withholding, guarding, financial control. I think this is Charlotte. I think Charlotte is guarding her legacy. That's a diamond, by the way. That's Charlotte's energy all over it. I don't think Charlotte wants to let go of this belt. Satisfaction, marriage, harmony, blessing, good fortune, yeah, stability. So there's your 10 of Cups. I think Rhea's in a good place in her life. I think Rhea's too busy winning in her life. I think her and Buddy are in a good place. I think she's in a good place for her career. Like I said, I think she needs to improve on the mic, but I think Rhea's in a really good place in her life. Higher teachings, values, belief, inner truth, spirituality, order, teacher. Yeah. I think Charlotte's going to teach Rhea, though. She's going to take her to school in that match, though. Yeah. I think Charlotte's going to school Rhea, though. Sudden action, impulsive, quick, aggressive, take charge, warrior, fast thinking, brave, Knight of Swords. Here you go. Yeah, I think Rhea Ripley wins. I think 2 cards have fallen. That makes me even more confirmation. Entertainment purposes, I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley. I even got fertility, empress, abundance. Yeah, beauty, growth, marriage, reaping rewards. So it's someone's going to reap the rewards of their hard work. And even more to me, says Rhea Ripley. The star, yeah. Hope, faith, creativity, beauty, money, luck, fame. I think Rhea is getting a major glow up, you guys. I think she's even going to make more money. Backstab, betrayal, rock bottom, defeat. I told you guys, I don't think whoever loses benefits from this match. And, a lot of people won't agree with that. But that's my personal opinion, that even if Charlotte, who's this decorated champ, loses, she's going to lose a little bit of her glitter. I think she's going to lose some of her star. So, that's my opinion. Creative opportunities. Yep, possibility. Page of Cups. So the possibilities are going to be endless for Rhea. Like I said, these are good cards for Rhea. Illusion, there's anxiety, fear, 18 the moon. So just confirmation on the anxiety. I think Rhea's scared though. I think Rhea's nervous. The butterflies are kicking in. Yeah, ending, rebirth, transformation. Yeah, this is Rhea. The death card, 13 to death. I think the death card symbolizes the end of the Charlotte era and the birth of the nightmare. Rhea Ripley. Defending yourself, boundaries, standing your ground. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they have the best relationship right now in the back on the decisions that's being made, unfortunately. So there's boundaries being, with the triggers and disharmony. I think there's some boundaries being established, like respect what I've done, respect the position I'm in. I think, like I said, Charlotte feels a little betrayed by the company and the concessions that they're making, whether it's even in this match or Becky, right? Like that Becky constantly is being given all these concessions. And there's a few people that are getting a great Mania. I feel like Charlotte's actually really is getting the crap end of the stick this this Mania compared to a lot of people a lot of ladies in the locker room. Prosperity, but that always happens when the changing of the guard. A lot of older wrestlers don't like when the changing of the guard comes, and I don't think Charlotte's happy, and I don't think she's ready to let go. But there's a lot of money and prosperity, so like I said, I think if the ladies aren't headlining with this Money in Pinnacles, I think Vinny is definitely paying the ladies well for not main eventing. So there's money at play. I'll tell you that. So either Rhea's going to be making more money, Charlotte's going to get paid more money. Either way, financially, I think these ladies will come out of this well from the WrestleMania. What do you think, Jude?
I'm not sure I want to tell you.
What?
I might have a different opinion about what some of those things meant.
Go for it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you pulled that backstabbing card and you pulled the standing ground, and that Pentacles card at the end with the money also was talking about legacies.
True.
I think Charlotte pulled a Triple H and said, I'm not so sure that Rhea going over is the right move.
Possibly.
You know, I know Charlotte and Buddy have their relationship, but I saw a couple cards there talking about marriage and families, and Charlotte's the one with the marriage, and you know, potentially, you know, preparing to make an exit and start a family somewhere down the road. Even that death card with the change, I was talking about Charlotte needs a new kind of image that's something more interesting than I'm the queen, I'm the best. And she might be the one going into the cocoon and coming out. She came back as this face to dethrone Ronda. She doesn't like being a face.
She might be swapping back to heel.
She needs to go back to heel. So that's my point of view, and I might be a little bit more excited to watch this match tomorrow than I was an hour ago.
And me too. So there you have it, you guys. All for allegedly for entertainment purposes. I think Rhea Ripley wins. I think we see a changing of the guard. Jude thinks. Go ahead, put your prediction out there.
Look, we can't have all the belts change. I'm gonna roll with the queen, and I was ready to bank on Mommy 30 minutes ago. I still thought Mommy was gonna win.
Right. So, you guys, that's our prediction. There's the readings for WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania 39, Night 1, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. We have a split where we don't agree on who's winning. So there's the beauty in that. I hope you guys will tune in to WrestleMania 39 tomorrow. Then come back to this channel, Wrestling Tea Tarot, you guys. Come back here. Again, remember, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes. That's what's fun and exciting about this, is that, you know, different people can see different energies with the cards. We appreciate you guys tuning in, watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment on who you think is winning this match. And tune in for our other videos of us doing predictions on who we think is winning for WrestleMania Night 1. It's been a pleasure. I'm Calypso Vibes. See you guys next time.